Good morning, everybody. My name is Ashley, and today I will be presenting my middle school defense. I am an eighth grader at Hollenbeck STEM Magnet. This school puts me into a learning environment in which science, technology, engineering, math, and medicine is put into everyday practice. After middle school, I am planning on attending Roosevelt's Math, Science, and Technology Magnet Academy. And at this high school, I am planning on dedicating lots of my time towards my learning and taking plenty of AP classes and earning college credits early. After high school, I would like to attend college at USC and pursue medicine. I would like to pursue medicine because I would love to contribute with helping people medically. Um, my thesis is I am prepared for high school because my current middle school has given me the opportunity to practice pathway outcomes that will help me in the future. Projects such as my Mission to Mars project and my Mission to Mars project assigned in my science class, along with my Mapping for Change project assigned in my history and science class, have helped me expand my learning ability. Learning how to be a self-advocated and open-minded student has helped me throughout middle school and makes me feel confident about moving towards high school. My Mission to Mars project is a project that was assigned to me during the second semester of eighth grade in my science class. This project requires having a plan for a mission on landing a rover from Earth to planet Mars. This project also required to have a self-constructed rover blueprint. I constructed this rover in a Tinkercad, and the whole goal of this mission was to find out if there was ever biological life on planet Mars. Um, I picked to share this artifact because not only because I did good in it, but also because it was well thought out, and um, and I'm very proud of everything I learned throughout my science class. I learned many new things such as the science concepts. I learned how forces and Newton's laws work in our everyday life and what important role they play. An example may be gravity. Gravity is a force that pulls everything and everyone down and keeps us in place. Another example may be friction. Friction is a force that keeps two objects pushed against each other and keeps objects from gliding across surfaces and the ground. A skill that I developed throughout this artifact was being able to manage features on Tinkercad. Tinkercad is where I built my rover model. And it was very important for me to know how to manage these features because when you start building, you start with basic shapes such as cubes, cylinders, spheres, etc. And once you finish building with these basic shapes, you have to know how to group them and make your full model. A district graduate profile that I used was being self-advocated. I did this by keeping deadlines set by my teacher in mind. Once I knew the amount of time I had to complete this project, it was important for me to create short-term and long-term goals. Most of these goals were short-term. They all led to the big long-term goal, which was to finish this project with all the requirements and have the presentation rehearsed. Another graduate profile that I use is being an effective communicator by using multiple mediums. To create this presentation, I used Google Slides, and to create my rover model, I used Tinkercad. I also used Padlet to organize my research. A strength that I had throughout this project was being able to organize my research, and I did this by creating a Padlet. I researched websites such as NASA.gov. And also another thing that was a big part of my research was being able to analyze whether websites were reliable or not. I did this by looking at website domains. I learned in the past that .gov, .edu, .com, .org, these are all website domains that um, make the website a lot more reliable, seem a lot more reliable. Also, I looked at website credits, the credits that were given by websites as to where they got their information. It proves research reliability. A weakness that I had throughout this project was wanting to go for a more basic and broad idea rather than going for a more elaborated idea. So when I started building my rover, I really just wanted to go for a more like basic rover. But as I did research, I analyzed rovers that were done by NASA. NASA had done plenty of rovers, and I was actually fascinated by how their rovers worked and how they looked, and this kind of gave me the idea and guideline on how my rover was supposed to look like at the end. And so I did this research to improve the rover that I had already done, and I created a more elaborated version of it. This artifact connects to the real world because, as I said, NASA recently sent a Perseverance mission into outer space. Um, and being able to work on this project and along with learning about this mission that NASA had just conducted was pretty interesting. This artifact also connects to my future because it gives me a little bit of background knowledge on how it is on the engineering pathway. It kind of gives me an idea of what I would like to pick or what I wouldn't like to pick uh, when I'm like thinking about a career or what I want to dedicate my life towards. Another a skill that this artifact gave me and helped me develop was organizing dates and deadlines. I think this helps me in present and future classes as well. As I started Hollenbeck Middle School, um, the thought of finishing middle school and starting high school was made me feel very anxious. But as I worked closely with my teachers and my classmates, I realized that my middle school was actually teaching me everything I needed to be prepared to start high school. And self advocacy and having an open mind are only some of the skills that my school has helped me develop. And this makes me feel very confident about starting high school in the fall. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation, and I would be glad to answer any questions.